Chancellor Rachel Reeves and Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer face a massive rebellion from furious Labour MPs unless they back down over controversial benefit cuts, one critic has claimed. Labour MP Richard Burgon, a former frontbencher, said, "I would say, and it's no exaggeration to say, that if the government doesn't rethink this policy in relation to disability benefits, I think it would be the mother of all rebellions, and the kind of rebellion of a scale I wouldn't have thought last July when we won the election that we would see at all under the first term of this Labour government." He spoke out after disability and anti-poverty campaigners warned benefit cuts announced last week, and in the Chancellor's spring statement, are balancing the books at the expense of the poorest. An estimated 250,000 more people, including 50,000 children, will be left in relative poverty after housing costs by the end of the decade as a result of the government's squeeze on welfare, according to its own impact assessment. The changes will affect about 3 million families on incapacity benefits, while 800,000 claimants will have reduced personal independence payments, PIP. Mr. Burgon, a left-winger, told Times Radio that Labour MPs in every section of the party were ready to fight the government. He said, "This isn't an issue just for the left of the Parliamentary Labour Party. It's not a left-right issue in the Labour Party. It's a right or wrong issue. Plenty of people right across the board are really concerned." Plenty of MPs raised their concerns in a statement in Parliament yesterday, but also some MPs kind of bit their lip or bit their tongue yesterday because they thought it was a big parliamentary occasion. I wasn't one of them. I raised my concerns, but there are many more MPs than people think who are really concerned about this. And he said, Labour MPs believed there were too many willing to rebel for the party leadership to use the traditional method of punishing rebels, which is to remove the whip so they are no longer counted as Labour MPs. I don't think that MPs are believing that the party would be suspending the whip from a large number of Labour MPs, a large number who, if the government doesn't rethink this policy, would feel obliged as a matter of conscience for their constituents to vote against it. Mr. Burgon said, "But the vote hasn't happened yet. There are some good things in the welfare reform bill, but this idea of saving £5 billion and making it harder for disabled people to get their personal independence payments, it's not a Labour approach. We don't view it as a moral approach. The government has to think again. If the government doesn't find a way to drop this plan, and I've described some ways, then they will end up having a big rebellion on their hands." Share your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates on the biggest political and economic stories.